Hey family, the team and I are thankful that you are watching our episode today. If you love what you hear, please subscribe to our channel below. We launch episodes every first and third Wednesday of the month. Come and join our community. Let's learn and grow together. Peace. My dude, thank you for coming, first and
Thank you
foremost.
for having me, my brother.
Let the people know, who are you?
So my name is Gabriel Crespo.
Mm.
I am the son of Yolanda Quiles, who was raised by 4 women. I was born in Puerto Rico, came over here about 6 years old, not knowing any English. I went to school in the Bronx, went to middle school in the Bronx, junior high school in the Bronx, and growing up not knowing any English in that environment can be kind of tricky, especially growing up in Puerto Rico. It was a total different environment coming into. I am a person who has went through adversity their entire life, who has only been around women. I have 4 sisters, my mother, my grandmother, all my nieces, all women.
Wow.
I try to live every day, learning about now my new journey, which is Jesus. So I'm trying to take it from there, and I am somebody who not only represents clear, as we both know.
Yeah.
You know, we both are.
I forgot it, but you can remind me.
So we're confident. We're a leader. We give effort. We academic achievers, and we resilient. And you know, coming from where we come from, that can take us very far. And yeah, my brother.
Oh, wow. You definitely caught me off guard. I didn't know you were born in Puerto Rico.
Yes, I was born in Puerto Rico. My mother, she brought me down to the States, I think when I was like 4 or 5. My mom only went to school till 5th grade.
Okay. Wow.
My grandmother only went to school till 3rd grade. So my grandmother doesn't even know how to write. Till at this point of her life.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool to be that representation for my family, especially when, you know, I'm just trying to break certain cycles. You know
For sure.
Make no mistakes and just try to be careful on my decisions. I try to think before I speak, because not only will my decision impact me, but it could impact my family and the people around me.
I agree. I 100% agree. You know, and was your mother living in the States before you came over?
No, my mom, she had me when she was 18.
Okay.
She was living in Puerto Rico. She lived in the home my grandmother had. There were 12 brothers and sisters in there with 3 rooms.
Wow.
And I was also living there as well.
Wow.
So it was kind of
there's a lot going on.
There was a lot going on. We had chickens running around.
Oh, nah.
In the house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a journey, man. It was a journey, and I'm super proud of her because I represent her.
Yeah.
I personally tell her, you know, just because you don't have a certain piece of paper that represents your education, you know, I could be that trophy for you, because I'm not who I am without you. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we put a lot of effort as for people like us. You know, people would father figures first and foremost when we were growing up, and having women be that role model of the house. You know, we like to live our lives for them.
For sure. And
a lot of people don't understand that when they're not in those situations.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. And how has your mother affected the person you are today then?
My mom, I can say I am my mom. So I could actually demonstrate. So on my right arm.
Yeah.
Right arm, this is where I grew. This is where I grew up, right here in Puerto Rico. I have the basketball here, and then I have my mom at 18.
Oh wow.
She is actually walking through the forest in the back of her home, holding the shoes, because she had no direction where to go, and she had me. So that was just this is just like a reminder of like, man,
the journey
the journey that I'm on. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool, dope, man. You know,
I've always saw your tats, and I didn't realize you had a story behind each one.
Yeah, each of my tats represents a story. So if you know, I got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything goes
Last
through.
Supper.
Yeah, man. So.
Gotcha.
That's mama love. You know what I mean? It's mama bear. It's my twin.
I get it, bro. I definitely get it. I remember it was me and my mom that, you know, being in a single parent home.
Yeah.
Everything that you do, like, it's for you, you know? And I respect that 100%, especially where you're at now. And we came from the same high school together, right? We came from Eagle Academy in the Bronx. How has that high school shaped you and who you are now?
So as you both know, bro, they showed us how to tie a tie
Yeah.
when we were freshman high school, 17 different ways. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So personally, being a Hispanic in a predominantly African American school was very difficult for me in many ways. Just because I did being 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 in that different environment, you do get bullied in a way.
Yes.
You do experience things that aren't normal.
Mhm.
So for example, my braids when I would go to school, or even my skin color. I'm technically, the white kid
Yeah.
going into that school. It shaped me in many ways because when I was going to school, yeah, I was playing basketball, but for my survival, I had to carry a gun to be safe in order to go to
Really?
school. So if you notice that little bus stop that was on the corner of the school,
Yeah.
right in the corner, every day I had to pass that. And, I'm not going to take a cab to go to pay $13
Yeah.
to get a
It's a lot
cab.
of money.
So the gun had no bullets though.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
got you.
just for show,
Yeah,
but it was
for
just,
sure.
I needed to do something that would technically, try to protect me in a way, because that's all I knew.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So when I went to Eagle Academy, what changed me was, every morning when we would get there, the Ashe plant.
Yeah.
So we would bless the people who need blessing, and we just would shed light on them.
Mhm.
So it would just show me how, I have to just be more appreciative of my surroundings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not everything is so bad, because yeah, this is what I have to deal with, but there's also somebody who doesn't even have water or proper pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I say I'd rather deal with this obstacle and this adventure,
Mhm.
whatever I got to go through in order to, get to the next
Next
level.
level, yeah.
So Eagle Academy, and it's an all boys school, man.
That's right.
You know how that goes.
Yeah.
All boys school. It was
Everyone's trying to be the alpha male.
everybody trying to be the alpha male, bro. We was, I was coming home with cuts because,
Fighting.
it was just, it's just that
survival.
It's just survival, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but Eagle Academy, if it wasn't for Eagle Academy, I wouldn't be the person who I am today. Just because I understand what real family is.
Yeah.
Because as you know, we all had each other's back no matter
That's
what.
right.
You know what I mean? If I see you across the street and your safety is in jeopardy, the whole entire tribe is coming to make sure you're good. And the people in that school, as you remember, Miss Crespo, the dean of the school served as like parents.
Yeah.
My mom had me at 18, so my mom was still learning on how to take care of me. You know what I mean? And I give you a little gem. I found out like 4 or 5 months ago that the father that I have isn't my real dad.
Really?
Yeah. So I found out that I went to get my passport.
Yeah.
So my passport, I'm like, all right, I want to go to Colombia,
Yeah.
or I want to go to Spain, or I never been nowhere. So let me get my passport. So when I went to get my passport, they were like, you have 2 last names on your birth certificate.
Wow.
And to be honest, I've never actually looked at my birth certificate. I never physically actually like held it in my hand. Yeah, you know what I mean?
A lot of us haven't.
Yeah, so yeah, everything that's just been going on, and me finding that out is like, it just makes me appreciate everything that I have, because, even though I did have my stepfather in my life, I was appreciative. I was, blessed to have him. I wouldn't, if it was my mom alone, it's hard, man. You know what I mean?
For sure.
At 13 years old, I was trying to make some money, and you know what I mean? I would get with $1, we get in a juice, some chips, and you know what I'm saying, something else. I'll make sure
not today, but
not today, you know what I'm saying? But back then I would make sure I give my mama a candy or something, and you know what I'm saying?
Bring it back home.
But yeah, man, that's how it shaped me today, bro. And I wouldn't be the person I am today.
For sure. And I look back at that too. Recently I was looking back at high school, because honestly, I didn't like my high school experience. Like Eagle, I didn't like
it either.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I did not like my 4 years of high school, especially coming from someone who went to all boys school for 7 years straight. I went in middle school and high school. So it was like, I was like, yo, like, why is just all boys everywhere? That's what my mom wanted to do, not having a father figure in the home. Definitely, she's like, oh, you're gonna go to all boys school because it's gonna set you straight, no distractions, no girls, And I look back at high school and I'm like, actually, they like gave me opportunities to try different avenues. Because when we got to like senior year or junior year of high school, they were giving you internships for the summer, or our counselor was definitely on us to make sure you're applying to things, applying to schools, scholarships. And then at that time I was like, oh my gosh, here we go again. or I don't want to be here, or the safety issue, you know,
Yep.
especially coming in from the same area in Soundview in the Bronx. That was my concern too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the same page. I felt not threatened in the school, but like leaving the school, especially
Mm-hmm.
going home.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was a little joke. I was not really a joke. It's funny to me, but when I was leaving school, I would stay later just so my mom could pick me up. You know, I'll be like, I'll find something to do, like, because I just felt unsafe from traveling from where I was to Soundview, where we used to live, and just dealing with all the nonsense from A to B. You know what I mean?
That was a travel, bro.
It was a travel, and I was like an hour and change, and I was
was
like,
an
Mom, I'm
adventure.
staying over, like doing A, B, and C, and she's like, all right, I'm coming to get you.
You're going through 5 million different hoods.
Yep.
They gonna look at you up and down. Where you going? They
Yep.
gonna see you through the bus.
Yep. And they gonna come on in and be like, yo,
Let me see the time. They gonna be like, let me see the time. They gonna see your phone and try to
take it and go.
Yeah, man.
So I definitely get that. Trying to survive. You know what I mean? That mentality. A lot of people don't understand that unless you're from that area.
Yeah.
Trying to survive, and that's really hard. But that's good, bro. So how old are you now?
I'm 26 years old right
26.
now. 26.
So since leaving high school, what has something you've learned about life as a whole?
Since leaving high school,
Yeah.
one thing that I've learned since, man, is the most important thing is to actually put God first, learn about God, and make sure that you are putting the best effort possible to have a better relationship. Because since getting baptized, I've been in a confusion since before getting baptized. I'm just like, I want to learn more about God, but I need help and I need guidance.
Yeah.
So instead of I would ask my friends for help. I remember I called you a couple months ago. Yeah, and I was like, I don't remember what I called you. I just know it had to do.
I have the story. I remember the story if you wanted me to say it, but you don't want me to say it.
I don't even remember, but go ahead. Talk to me, bro. Yeah.
I remember you called me because you said you just got baptized.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you told me that you smoked weed again.
Oh, yeah.
And then you felt terrible.
I felt...
You were like, bro, like I just got baptized. Like, why am I smoking weed? And then I told you, do you remember the last time you were angry that you smoked weed? And you said no.
Yeah.
I was like, you being angry is already a change in your heart already.
Yeah.
And I was like, just go off that. Yes, you made a mistake. And then you told me you tossed everything. And then he was like, I'm not doing this again.
Bro.
But I remember that phone call.
Yeah. So, you know, I appreciate you for remembering that.
Of course.
But yeah, man, I'm trying to just not reinvent myself, but just trying to be better. Yeah. I feel like everything that's happened in my life is building me who I am today. But my biggest thing right now is just following the path of Jesus and really putting my best foot forward. Yeah. Just because it not only impacted me, but it impacted my entire family. Amen. So my little sister, she had surgery. She had to get emergency heart surgery, open heart surgery, like 3-4 months ago. Wow. My little sister is, I think she's like 17, 18.
Wow, that's my sister's age. My sister's 17.
Yeah, so, you know, she had to get open heart surgery. So this is like around the same time I got baptized. Yeah. And then, you know, it was an emergency. They was like, oh, she needs it now. So I'm confused, bro. Yeah. I'm like, yo, I don't even know what's going on. Open heart surgery. He's talking about putting a pig's ligament. Yeah. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know what that means. So she ended up getting a heart surgery, but then a week later it failed. So now I'm like, what's going on? I'm looking up. I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I just started getting more into the word, and I fell asleep when I had the app open. I fell asleep when she had to get the surgery again. And then for some reason I never felt so comfortable with such a serious situation. I was the only one in my entire family who was just very comfortable in peace, and it was very weird. Because my mother would come to me and she would ask me, how am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the bro. She's like, yo, you being very quiet in the situation. But I'm like, Ma, he got us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, Ma, he got us. And I'm like, yo, you won't even got a trip. You know what I mean? I'm going to just make sure as long as you good, you know what I'm saying? She going to be good. Yeah. So yeah, man. So that's why it's so important for me to really he's the one. He's my father. You know what I mean? He's my father. So that's basically where I'm at right now in life, man. And I've never been in this space before where I'm able to. Bro, I used to wake up, you know, be on the block, be outside, bro. I used to play basketball in high school, but you know the friends I was with, wasn't, you know what I'm
Right crowd,
saying?
yeah.
Wasn't, and like 3 of them is dead.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta be careful. So now, you know, I just feel like I'm happy that at 26 years old, I always believed in God, but I'm actually wanting to
Walk with him.
walk with him and have
Yeah.
more knowledge and understand
Yeah.
in a genuine way, not reach out to him
Mm-hmm.
when everything is bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Reach out to him when everything is good. Everything
Yeah.
is shit. Thank you, God, for this juice.
Yeah.
For this juicy juice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
the little things, you
It's
know
the
what I
little
mean?
things. Thank you for giving me this nice blanket, my socks off in,
Yeah.
in the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Well, I get that, man. And how's your sister now? How's she?
Thankfully she's 1% better every day.
Good.
She's about to start her therapy pretty soon.
Okay.
She's chilling, man. She got her little puppy. You know what I mean? She's in the room.
Yeah.
She got the movies popping.
Good.
She eating good.
Good.
You know, we got the whole tribe making sure she good, and
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? She good.
I'm glad, bro.
Thank God, man.
bro.
Yeah, thank God.
100%, yo. And I want to go back to a little bit on the high school Gabe.
Talk to me.
You know, if you can talk to yourself again, like you're 26 now, you're talking to Gabriel who's 16, 15 years old in high school, what would you tell him?
I would tell him that I'm super proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell him that I'm super proud of you because in through all the adversity and through everything that you've been through, it would have been so easy for you to make that decision to, you know, make it difficult for me to progress in life.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just all thanks to my mom and my sisters. Younger Gabe, I would just tell him just to be careful on your decisions, because like I said before, they will ultimately affect the people around you.
Yeah.
But the final thing is to actually live life more honest. In high school, there was no reason for me to bring a gun with no bullets.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You even, and now if something pops off, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't. So it's just, you know, and to not try to fit in. I felt like in order for me to survive, I needed to be around a certain group of people, and I had agendas with those certain group of people in order for me to be okay when I'm in school or in my hood, because I grew up in Soundview.
Yeah.
In Soundview, I used to run away from police. I used to throw eggs at police. I used to egg them on.
Mm-hmm.
There was times where my boy would say, "Hey, go and rob this person," because I just seen him pull out a $200-$300 phone, and I'm just like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And it's sad because it's not normal. And these are the people that technically I look up to. You know what I'm saying? My family. I look up to my family, but they was also learning when they came up too. They also made their mistakes. So, you know, it was tough, but look at us now, King.
Yeah.
Come on now, 2 good jackets, good teeth. We outside, my brother.
Thank God. Yeah, bro. It's just crazy to see where you came from, you know, where we came from and where we're at now.
Yeah, man.
And I want to go back to your faith, or our faith in Jesus, really quickly. What is something you've learned about God since you started this faith walk, of who He is to you?
That He'll never leave me. And I've always, not always, but sometimes I felt alone in certain situations, or not knowing how to pray, or not knowing how to deliver my message to Him. Or sometimes I'll be like, fuck God, like what the fuck? But then I'm like, nah, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know. I've never in my entire life felt the Holy Spirit until like a few months ago, and I've been feeling it. And I can't even explain it, bro. It's some things where it's very hard to explain, and I'm sorry if my knowledge is not up to par right now, but I'm still reading, and so I'm still, you know what I'm saying, still trying to learn. But yeah, that He'll never leave me, and that that I never lose faith, because even with the situation with my sister, and she had the whole surgery failed. You know what I'm saying? How is it possible that you know, everything is still numb under there, that she could get another surgery and then in 3 weeks be walking?
That's right.
is
Only
is
God.
is only God. Is
Yeah.
and I personally believe that. And as I'm saying, I'm getting chills because
Yeah.
I even me being here with you, what I'm saying is it's a big step because listen, bro. 2 weeks ago, I went to my old block to pick up some sneakers,
Yeah.
and I'm parked up. And the movie Boys in the Hood at the end of the
I haven't
seat.
seen it. Yeah.
Boys in the Hood
Yeah.
at the end of the movie. Tune in, bro. Dude comes out and sprays.
The entire car.
He sprays dude running.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And I was just there to pick up some sneakers, and this bullet strays
Really?
going through my car, bro. And I'm just like, I've never, when I asked God for peace, when I got baptized, and I asked him for so many things, I could see that as him. You know what I'm saying? In many different ways. Because even when I speak to some of my brothers or my peers that's from Soundview, I always mention God. You don't have to listen. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something that I could just throw in there real quick. You know what I'm saying? A little something, man.
Plant the seed.
But yeah, man. Praise God, bro.
Man, bro. Like, it's just crazy how, when I look at the high school me, because we were talking about that in our faith walk. My son, because I grew up in church. I grew up in church my entire life.
That's how we became friends freshman year. I was like, remember we was in the gym, and I'm like, oh snap.
Yeah, because we played ball together with Salem, right? First, yeah, I was like, small world.
I was like, yo.
I was like, small world. And then, my Monday through Friday in high school didn't match like the Sunday James I was portraying. I was cursing. I was hanging out with both people on both sides. When I say both people, I mean, I was not smart enough. How can I say it? I didn't have the grades to be like with the smarter people in the school.
Like Mr. Magley's side.
Mr. Magley's side.
Rest in peace, Mr. Magley.
Right, rest in peace, Mr. Magley. But at the same time, I wasn't bad enough to be with like the other people. You know what I mean? Like my behavior, because that's how they did it. It was like, if you're smart, you're gonna go here. But if you're bad behaved, you're gonna go here. No matter what your grades are. But if you're bad behaved, you're going over here.
Sober.
But I was like not too bad to be over there, but I was always too smart to be over there. So I was always in that middle. Like I always had friends from like kind of both sides. And that's like something with my faith. I felt like when my high school, I was always picking a side. It was either Jesus or the world, And that's when I hit 18. I had to realize, going to college I went to Mercy College in Dobbs Ferry. The college experience is just different, like either people are partying and then you got the girls everywhere. And it's just like, Lord, like, what am I going to do? And I don't remember like the exact moment, but I remember when I was 18, I had to make a decision. I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to live the way the Lord tells me to live? Or am I going to live how the word does it?
Right.
That's why I tell people all the time, I was saved for only 9 years, because honestly, when I was in high school, I just went to church. I learned about the Lord, but I didn't really serve him, But like as a blessing that you remember that in your high school, like realizing like there's certain things you were doing.
For sure.
And you realize, hey, try not to do that next time.
For sure.
But I love the story that you have about the way how you came up from the hood and where you're going now.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about encouraging, or have you ever done, I know you say you go to the hood and you speak to certain people.
Right.
Like what would you tell somebody in that lifestyle now? What would you tell them today?
So actually it's very hard to be able to communicate when you're not able to relate. So that's why it's cool when I pull up and I come through and I'm able to speak to these kids, because I was where they were at.
Yep.
So what I would tell them right now, man, is just take it easy. You know what I mean? Take it easy and take a deep breath and just think before you react, and see what you really want in life. And understand that time is gonna go no matter what. You know what I mean? And letting them know that where we come from and where they're at right now, what's going on in that area, like I said before, is not normal at all. So you going to school and fighting just to get to where you need to go it's not normal. This is just
survival right now.
It's just a survival, and it's just sad, honestly. And sometimes I see them and when they told me things, I say, yeah, I'm sorry that you actually went through that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes those kids don't even want to listen to advice. Sometimes they just want to listen in ear. And that's what I try to do.
So true.
You know what I mean? I just try to listen to them, and I try to just try to put my little seeds in there as I can. But you know, when I was at that school that you've seen on Instagram, the kids didn't pay attention until I started bringing up guns, until I started bringing up, you know, the unfortunate things that happened to me.
It's relatable for them.
It's relatable. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm able to relate to them, I can, you know, let them know that this is it's not really the right thing to do. You know what I mean? And it's cool to be that good kid. It's cool to be that kid that, you know, is just going to the gym, coming home, playing video games, and
being safe and being home.
Right. Yeah. Be safe and you know, just doing what you got to do for yourself. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's not easy because some people don't have the resources. For sure. You know, some people's parents have felonies and they got to do what they got to do because their mom can't even provide for them. You know what I mean? My sister, I got 4 sisters. Yep. 3 of my sisters have 3 kids each. When they were growing up and I was like 14, 15, I was giving them money for pads, for the kids, deodorant. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So, man, listen. We just young. We just young kings, man. So we doing.
Respect that, bro. Yo, but I do this thing with every guest that comes on. So they ask a question for the next guest to answer. So my previous guest asked, he didn't even know you were coming on. So he just asked this question. And I just want to see what your answer is. If you can open any business in any industry, what will it be and why? I'll say it one more time. If you can open any business in any industry, what will it be and why?
If I can open any business in any industry, what would it be and why?
Loaded question. Take your time.
So the business that I would create would definitely have to involve some type of youth and some type of art, because I feel like I connect people with people through art. So it'll be nice to maybe have a building where I have 3-4 floors and each floor has a different grade, and they could go from kindergarten to 3rd grade to 5th grade, and we'll have different sets of different types of arts. And it'll be nice for, like, it can be nice for therapy, it could be nice for, you know, even the parents could come and join in, because I feel like there's so many, you know, there's always babies being born, but you know, in this generation, you know, even though now statistically, I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but they said there's more fathers now involved with their family in comparison to like 10 years ago. But it'll just be nice to just have something that the youth can come and have fun. I just feel like I'm always down for the kids, man. You know what I mean? It'll just be cool just to, you know, some kids, parents work all day, so they might not have that. You know what I'm saying? That time, and it'll just be cool just to have, you know, goofy people running there, you know, just making jokes and, you know, but that would be the type of business that I would run. Something like very colorful and have a Lego, you know, a little Lego room and all that fun stuff.
So you would like to create basically like your own type of school?
Yeah, like a Rob, like a what's his name? The skateboarder, Rob Dyrdek, I think his name is. What's that, Fantasy Factory? Yeah. Fantasy Factory is fire. I would definitely make a Fantasy Factory.
Or the school would be like Gabriel.
Yeah.
That'd be fire. That'd be dope.
Man,
I would go.
Pull up, bro.
I would go.
Pull up, bro. We got 2
I would
floors.
go 100%.
Bro.
I'll wear a costume.
What
make the kids laugh.
Bro. You go do skateboard. Yo, listen, man, I'm doing it. Yo, you just open something up, bro.
Yeah, think about it, man.
Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory, we lit.
Yo, but the last question I have is, you know how you were asked a question from the previous guest. What is one question that you have for my next person?
My bad.
Good.
The question that I would have for your next person, coming up, damn. Kind of need a few seconds.
Take your time.
So
enter music.
Now the question I would have is, what would you? It depends. What age is that person?
20s.
20s?
Anywhere.
If you were to, is this person a believer of God?
They could be. Ask whatever question you want.
If you were to go anywhere around the world and spread the gospel, where would it be?
That's a good question.
Bow.
That's a good question. And that's a good way to end it, my dude.
Let's do it.
But bro, I love you, my dude.
Love you
more,
so
bro.
Much
for coming through.
So love.
You have an IG?
Yes, sir.
Look at that camera and shout out your IG.
Talk to me. IG is G_Rose_. Add me is on private, but if you add me, I got you.
Perfect. My dude, thank you so much.
You already know it's love.
Love you guys, fam. See you guys next time. Peace.